Hi. This topic today, we'll talk a little bit about cache in Lambdas. It's a very interesting topic, so please keep with me. This is the last session of the day, and I know that all are very excited to be in the party, but let's stay another 5 minutes, a couple of minutes on cache in Lambda. We'll talk a little bit about cache is king. Of course, everyone knows cache is king. How to implement it in the software and why. And then a little bit about security operations, security and operation. First, who am I? My name is Bar-Zik. I have several titles. One of them is Senior Software Architect at CyberArk. We are hiring, by the way, if you want to join our wonderful company, really wonderful. The other role is a security journalist at The Marker. We are not hiring at The Marker. And today we are going to talk about cache. I understand that everyone knows about cache. Everyone knows about how it's important. I don't need to dwell on it. It's quite common knowledge. But when we want to implement cache, most of our first go-to solution is Redis or Elasticache or whatever database there is, which is great, and in most cases it's quite the suitable solution. But it's very important to understand and remember that we can implement cache in the software layer. And when we need to cache in the software layer, it's very suitable for rapid cache, for example, a lot of API calls, and a small amount of data, and also for a short period of time. If you need the cache in those use cases, don't run to the hill. Don't go first to the database solution. Maybe think about the software solution. Cache in software is working like any other cache, but in memory we have the keys, we have the values, input the key, output the value, and that's it, very easy. Let's look how it's on Python. As you can see, it's very simple, and it's very easy to implement it in the code. But if you implement it in in that way, you can probably have some problems because it's in the code layer. The best way to implement cache in software is in the decorators. The decorators in Python, there are several decorators for managing a memory cache. The LRU is one of the best of them. It's very easy to use. It has a lot of tools and utilities and the operational, and it's very, very easy to use and to maintain, and it's all concentrated in one decorator. And also don't forget that it's working based on deterministic functions. Don't use cache on non-deterministic functions. This is how it looks like. It's super easy, super fun, super easy to use. And but wait, how much this cache will linger? How much it stays? So don't use it for more persistent cache. Use it, and it will stay as long as the Lambda is warm. Let's talk a little bit about operation and security. If you want to clear the cache, you can, of course, wait until the Lambda is dead. If the Lambda is dead, there is no cache. The program layer cache is dead. But you can clear it manually with this command. Also, don't forget that if you're using decorators, you can use a lot of utilities that come with the decorators free of charge. You don't need to manage it by yourself or write the code to manage it. Don't forget that security and privacy is very important. There is also, when you're using a cache in general, and of course in memory cache, there is always a chance that the data will leak from one client to another. And so this is why we should use UUID as an argument, as a key, or part of the key. It's very important. And by the way, a small tip for me, related to my last finding, UUID is not base 64 encoding. It's not a good idea to use base 64 encoding to the actual UUID of the client. Use a real UUID to make sure that the data will not leak from one client to another from the cache. Also be mindful of the memory consumption. When you're using in-memory cache, there is a chance that your Lambda will run out of memory. So keep it for small operations. So we talked a little bit about in-memory cache and how to do it. We saw it is very easy. Why we should do it? Most of the time, the traditional cache solution, like Elasticsearch or Redis or other database-based solution, it's the best solution. But for small operations, for rapid API that needs to stay for about 10 or 15 minutes in your memory, think and remember the in-memory cache. It might help you to mitigate and save cost, save money, and it's much easier to use and implement. Thank you very much. More information about it can be found at CyberArk blog.